Welcome, my holies and hoes, to the very first episode of Harris Howard Holmes After Dark. I'm your host and life coach, A.K. Harris, and along with me, I have my wonderful panelists. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alexis Reedus Moore. I am your nail tech. I am your full specialist, and I'm a mom.
And I'm Wachovia King. I'm a veteran, a father of one, an awesome 21-year-old man, and I'm just an awesome person to be around.
Of course you are.
Yes, I do.
Hi, I'm Santasha Wright Comer, and I'm a licensed master social worker and therapist.
Thank you all for being a part of this podcast. You guys will get to see a lot of them this season. So let me tell you a little bit about the After Dark. It's a little bit different than Harris Howard Holmes that you might be used to, because what we're going to give you is the conversations you have been craving. We're exposing more taboo topics, unfiltered sexual communication, and personal growth. Because, of course, we got to have the personal growth, right?
Absolutely.
So we're breaking those myths. We're setting boundaries, and we're igniting those healthy attitudes towards relationships.
Yes.
Because we already know how it is. Not only relationships, but kinks too.
That's right.
Yes.
Gotta work out
So
the kinks.
tonight, we are here talking about absolute non-negotiables.
Okay.
And
Love
so
that.
that's the Seduction 101. That's what our episode is today.
Yes.
So go ahead, grab your snacks, turn down them lights just a little bit, get your favorite person, bring them right up next to you, and let's get started.
Let's get busy.
Let's get busy. Okay, all right. So since we're talking about Seduction 101, when we talk about feeling safe, so safe in intimacy, what are some non-negotiables that you guys have? Not only you guys, but my holies and hoes. What non-negotiables do you guys have? Put it in the comments. We want to hear from you, okay?
Come on.
Okay, put it in the comments. All right, what about you guys?
Definitely gaslighting. Like that is I need you to listen effectively.
What does that look like, though?
We're engaging. I'm listening to everything that you're saying, but then I can also play it back as well, too.
Okay.
And I can also, if you ask me, what did I just say? I can also tell you right back as if I am a journalist reporting back to what I just witnessed and saw.
It sounds as if you've done this before.
A little bit.
Who do you have to do this with? Go ahead. Who else we got?
I would say lying. I don't really love the lying aspect. I really just be real. Just keep it 100 with me. I'm a straight shooter. Hold the lies out.
Okay. Kobe?
I think for me, I hate people who always have to be in your presence. In order
Sounds needy to me.
In order to operate, for me, it shows a lack of trust in me, and it's just a overall lack of faith in this relationship. I don't like a person that always has to be around me, and when I'm not, you're blowing me up.
Okay. Well,
I don't like that.
what kind of statuses do we have up here? Because I'm listening to your non-negotiables. What statuses are we?
8 years married.
I just started dating, so pray for your boy. Pray for your boy.
Oh, we help
Therapy,
out.
it
We
helps.
love her. And you?
10 years, almost 10 years married.
Sandy, that's right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Really?
Next year, yeah.
What are y'all doing? I'm sorry. No. Not what are you guys doing? So,
We know what they do.
Right, we know they
Seduction
do.
101.
Yeah.
Seduction 101 is what you guys are doing.
That's why I'm here.
So, when we're talking about feeling safe in intimacy and those non-negotiables, what are some possible steps that we can have for conversations, especially as they pertain to boundaries, when it pertains to desires, and then when you're communicating those desires, how are you doing that without making it maybe awkward, whether it's platonic or romantic?
I think for me, I find it best to have those conversations where you're not directly dealing with that issue. Like for me, for instance, go back to what I said about being needy. I don't want to bring up the conversation of her being needy when I feel she's being needy. You know, I find it easier to have that conversation when we're not having that difficulty. To say, you know, remember when this happened? That rubbed me the wrong way. And I feel like I really want to talk about it, but I wanted to sit and digest it first. And I feel like the conversation goes a lot smoother because you're in a good moment. And so everyone can listen without being defensive.
Yeah, I agree with him, but then also grounding yourself prior to, you know, maybe deep breathing. And I know it's easier said than done because sometimes we want to go tat to tat when we feel defensive. But
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm open. Go ahead.
okay, well, when it comes to that, again, if you feel triggered, listen to your body. What is your heart saying? Is it racing? What about your lungs? What is that doing? And then if we want to go tit for tat, let that be an indicator of, okay, I need to sit down, right? I need to just touch on myself. We're okay. Because that's coming from a place of unsafeness and just not being safe or feeling protected. Does that make sense?
Still working through that.
Makes sense.
I'm still working through that.
No, I'm working on
I
it.
know.
I'm quick to retreat. Straight to the garden. I'm mad. I can't even do it anymore.
Every day I'm like, you really growing. Adela, look at you.
But you are, though.
You are really growing.
You reaching.
And then I'm triggered, and it's like nothing has happened. I go right back.
Scrape that table clean.
I mean,
so close.
But we're not perfect, and that's okay.
I go back so fast.
Yeah.
And I'll be thinking, dang, I
Yeah.
thought I was a little better than that.
But the Lord.
But the Lord.
Won't he do it? Won't
Yep.
he do it?
Yep.
All right.
So, okay. Anybody else when it comes to that? No boundaries?
Well, boundaries for me. Number one, I don't like to repeat myself. I feel like when you have these conversations and you address this stuff, and we cycling back. Now I'm clicking out because I'm a little crazy. So I don't like to repeat myself, but the boundaries have to be. I mean, I feel like it's what we've discussed before in previous episodes. Those boundaries have to be clear. Having those healthy conversations about what your boundaries are, what your expectations are. I definitely try to do that with my husband. We're a 4-year gap in age. And so repetition is a lot.
How's that going for you?
Well, I'm not gray, so thank God.
He'll do it. He will do it.
But he does keep me young. He does keep me grounded. I'm thankful for that. But the repetition for us is, we revisit that a lot. Pin there.
Okay.
Pray for me.
So let's tie this into the Seduction 101. Let's give the audience some steps or some things that they could do when it pertains to that. So really defining consent, I think, should be the first thing that we think about. And when we think about consent in a relationship, again, I talk about whether platonic or romantic. What are some things that you guys think about as it goes to consent?
I think whether you can trust that person. Without the trust, you can't really consent to anything, and just knowing who you're dealing with, knowing what their intentions are, what your intentions are, just being clear.
Knowing that if you consent to something, you can always change your mind or take it back.
That's what it is.
I think that's really
That's what,
important.
yeah.
You can consent, but you can also take it back.
Right.
Yeah.
The more you know. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then also think about how you're communicating that consent as well too. Right? Let's go back to ourselves. And even if we don't know, maybe I want to say no, but I also want to try this. Right? Right. Be honest with yourself. Start testing how you feel. Again, heart, beat, everything. I'm always saying listen to your body. Listen to your body. At that moment, I think you should just go ahead, listen. But coming back to consent, understand yourself and get to that solution of what you need to discuss when it comes to consent. I'm a little going everywhere right now because I'm going through my therapy book. But know yourself and try to communicate that.
Okay, so we got that consent. Go ahead, Cole.
And I think you can communicate that non-verbally too. A lot of times we want to try things like Natasha said, but you'll get halfway into it and you'll start to get rigid. You'll start to hold wrist, and and those are non-verbal cues that although the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak.
The flesh is weak.
And I don't want to do this anymore, so I need you to go ahead and stop that. And you have to be in tune to each other, and you have to understand each other in order to kind of read that dynamic and say, oh, she doesn't feel She feels safe, but she does not feel this move at this time. And that's okay. It's something you can revisit. It's something you could talk about afterwards. But in that moment, it's important to keep that trust and keep that momentum of understanding each other by just withdrawing. Go somewhere safe and familiar.
Yeah.
Right.
You were talking about non-verbals. So Alexis mentioned the boundaries. Santasha mentioned the consent. And then with the non-verbals and that communication. So what do some other non-verbals, what could those look like
Yeah.
with consent?
Oh no. Right.
I like to call it the retreat.
Tell me what that
When they start sliding up the bed. That's, the retreat. Yes.
Yes.
Where you running?
Read the
Where you
room.
going?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
The
even a
retreat.
little squeeze too, right? Or like Alex.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
I remember
that.
you telling me one about the wrist and what that could mean. I remember that.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, what about that risk?
Yeah. Well, I know we're going to talk about that later, but when
ahead.
it comes to this risk, because it's so sensitive, right? Squeeze. Because I can feel it. Even if we're in the act, I'm closing my eyes, and that little touch, or even just this.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe it's the rhythm of it. No, that's a no. This is a. Okay, you're doing great, right?
Okay, you do it great.
You're doing great. So definitely be creative when it comes to consent and boundaries. Definitely be creative because it doesn't have to be very rigid and these are my no's and these are my yeses. No, have fun. Sex is supposed to be fun.
So sex is supposed to be fun.
Right.
It ties us right into that emotional safety. So how can emotional security kind of help with that physical safety?
Well, as an 8-year vet in marriage, I am a firm believer in spirituality and connection. Being connected with my spouse allows me to be able to trust my spouse. So I think that it all falls along with the communication and the boundaries, but I feel my most safe with my spouse just because of the understanding that we have with each other. We are equally yoked. We are spiritually connected. So it makes it easier for us to be able to.
Let me piggyback off of that because at the end of the day, I am a church girl.
Yes.
I born and raised.
Kojak.
You can't join it.
You have to be born in.
And
Roll Tide.
and a pastor's daughter, and a bishop's daughter, and a missionary's daughter. And so I was in church 24/7.
Yeah. PK.
24/7.
Yeah.
And when you talk about, I just kind of want to mix in that emotional safety and being equally yoked. They, the church and at Kojak in this particular manner, we talked about being equally yoked with our partner. You want to find a partner that's equally yoked. I was a child. Equally yoked to me
What's
just
that
meant
mean?
they needed to be Kojak too.
Right.
That's what that, because it was never really explained. What does that exactly mean?
Yeah.
And for me, holistically and systemically, it was including the emotional side, the physical side, the spiritual side, the financial side, and looking at all of those foundational things that help make that relationship grow. And so when talking about Seduction 101 and what makes our bodies happy, how we speak to our partners, whether, they're our friends or our lovers, whoever they are, we weren't taught how to like ourselves too.
Yeah.
And when I say like ourselves, how to please ourselves.
Yeah.
So masturbation, touching, all of that, no, you are going to hell.
That's a lustful demon.
And so we didn't talk about it.
Right.
And it was only a couple of specific sins
That's what they said every time.
that we talked about.
Yes.
And so now, if you don't know your body, how are you teaching anybody else?
Thank you.
How are you saying what's safe for me? And I'm not promoting.
Look at the camera. Say it again.
I'm not promoting premarital sex. I'm promoting that you educate,
Yes.
Yes.
not eliminate.
Yes.
And if you educate, you can then
Put that on
choose.
t-shirts.
Yes.
Educate,
Not
don't
eliminate.
Eliminate.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Then you can then express and or see if that's something for you.
Yes.
And as you grow up And as you get older, you can then choose. And I think that's spiritually how I am too. And with the equally yoked part and looking at what it is that I know matches me, what it is that God has for me,
Right.
what it is that I know that I want, and the path that I'm supposed to go.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
all of that
Right.
ties
Look at you.
together.
Like you went to school for this.
To you from Harris Howard Home. The more you know.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, with that spiritually yoked part in various relationships, what about the red flags that can come with it? So, again, we're doing those steps: consent, boundaries. What was it? Healthy communication, emotional safety. So now those red flags, we hear it all the time. Red flags, red flags, red flags. Well, what are those red flags? And what do those red flags look like to you? But also, my holies and hoes, put in the comment section, what do red flags look like to you?
I think it goes back for me, gaslighting. I'm going to lean on gaslighting because if you are not validating what I am feeling, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Now you're giving narcissistic behavior, not disorder behaviors, because not everyone who embraces that behavior is a narcissist. They're just maybe presenting them because we're humans, we make mistakes, right? But still, be accountable for those mistakes. So that's my red flag.
Okay. Alexis?
The cheating. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I have worked so hard to recover from being cheated on. I did my work. I'm delivered.
Amen.
Yeah.
How you feeling
I'm delivered.
today?
I'm delivered.
It's a process, I'm sure.
It's a walk. It's a walk because every
know.
now and then I find myself backpedaling, being triggered. But the cheating for me, ooh, you want me to commit a crime?
Well, don't do that.
I had to realize that sometimes, like, when I looked at red flags, it was actually an internal red flag because I run so fast from relationships.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I create red flags in my head. I remember one time I broke up with a girl because I felt like she blinked too much.
Oh.
And everyone,
No.
Yeah, I'm serious. Everyone around me said she did not blink a lot, but I felt like she had dry eyes, and I didn't like it.
Matt,
and so I broke up with her.
didn't
She
you
was
just get her
fantastic.
Why didn't you just get her some drops?
I don't
Right.
know, but I think like everyone focuses on red flags, but I also say focus on what you're seeing and why it's a problem for you, because sometimes it's not really a problem. You may be the red flag, which is why I went to therapy because.
How's that going for you?
Well, I think
You delivered.
I've learned how to communicate effectively, and I've learned how to not break up with people for arbitrary reasons,
Okay.
like blinking too much.
Yeah.
The other day, Cove, you were talking about barriers and boundaries. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I think sometimes barriers, and it's okay to have boundaries, but once you create boundaries for other people you're with, it can create barriers for them. Like if I'm allergic to shellfish, but just because I'm allergic to shellfish does not mean that you cannot have shellfish. And if I say you cannot have shellfish because I'm allergic, I've now created a barrier for you that's unnecessary. So I always tell people it's okay to have boundaries. You should have boundaries, and your boundaries should be respected, but your boundaries should only pertain to you.
Yeah.
My boundaries should never impact how you live, because once it impacts how you live, now it's a barrier for you, and you don't have to accept barriers.
Right. I'm going to piggyback off of you too, because actually defining those words, what do you mean? Because words can mean one thing for another and one thing for another person, right? So, like, we're in this political climate, right? DEI. DI means black for one person, but could be diversity, equity, and inclusion for the rest, right? So defining those words. So what does empathy look like? What does gift giving look like also, right? I may give something of a massage when really I just want an icy, right?
I just wanted an
Right.
icy.
So just start defining those words. What do those words mean to you for effective communication?
Okay. Yeah.
Look at us. Look at
Growth,
Look at us.
all this growth on screen.
Clapping it up.
Y'all should have knew us 10 years ago. My God.
Ooh,
Listen,
thank you, Lord.
I think one of the things about trauma
Yeah.
that can come with red flags is those triggers.
Yes.
And it's knowing again with those triggers where people are in their season. And so what may have triggered me when I was 20 doesn't trigger me now that it's 2 decades later. You know what I mean?
Right.
What I may have popped off about then might not do that now. And so I think when you're communicating those things, it's knowing where that person is, knowing where you are, and how can you explain that.
Yeah.
How can you explain that fully? Okay, so those red flags. Give me a couple of green flags.
Oh, dishes. I just thought about dishes and it made me
Chores?
wrong. Doing it.
It's your love language.
Oh my God. Pick up the
It's
kids.
your love language.
My God.
Dinner say,
Dinner. Pot roast.
What did you say?
And an icy with it.
I love the way
Oh
you
my
father,
God.
Daddy. I love the way you father.
You're so good to me.
Weird.
Father. Hey, it's the little things. It don't take much.
Right. Those acts of service. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. The love languages.
Yes.
How are you communicating? Non-verbals too. The love languages and how you're communicating that. When we were talking before, we were talking about how, my love language, again, years ago was
Acts of service?
not act of service.
Gift. Physical
touch. Physical touch. And now it still is. It's still up there, but it has definitely changed to acts of service. And so for me, it's that consistency. What? Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Consistency.
I'm always on
loyal,
time.
trustworthy, compassionate.
You're early? Oh,
Early.
That's it.
Whoa.
You follow through.
Simmer down, fella.
Listen, you said you want what?
Yes.
Fold me like a pretzel.
Yeah.
Like those are those ring.
Yeah.
But back to those love languages.
Yeah.
That's how I receive it, and that's how I show it. But just because that's how I show, well, my showing is giving actually, gifts. That's the love language. But if it's not that person's receiving, it's knowing what that individual receives and what that love language.
That
looks
is so
like.
interesting because when we first became friends in like '08, you are the most consistent gift giver, and everyone knows I hate gifts.
Yes.
I think they're annoying. I avoid them at all costs. And for years, you kept giving me gifts, and I kept trying to play it off like I don't. I enjoy it. So I think a very green flag is understanding your love language, but understanding the love language of the person you're with and how to display love to the way they can receive it.
And I figured it out.
You did figure it out. Now you're great at it. You
How did
just
I fi-
you
let me
hide.
tell-
You
let
hide
me
the
tell you
gifts.
guys how I figured this out.
Teach them.
One day, I called a few of his friends and a few of my friends that were all the you knew them all. Had them come to my house, and I said, "Kobe, come on to the house." He popped in, and as soon as he got there, I was just like, "Look, tattoos! It's a tattoo party, right?" He loves tattoos, and so he sits on down, and folks are getting the little tattoos done, and then I was like, surprise, happy birthday. And so it was just kind of sneaking it in there because who doesn't want to celebrate people that they love and people that love them? And so that was something that I like to do, and I'm glad I was able to figure something out.
It was great. I love that party. It was one of my best parties in life.
We had fun.
Great communication, you
We
guys.
did.
We all got tattoos.
We did. We did.
All of us were there.
It was great.
And Fernando and Wesley, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Hey,
God. It was such a
Fernando.
good
Hey,
time.
Wesley.
Hey, y'all.
Any other green flags?
I think efficient and complete and concise and clear conversations and communication for me. I like to know everything. And so sometimes that can wear people down. But I love clear conversations where there are no, because I don't need you to spare my feelings. If I've done something wrong, just say it. If I've done something right, just say it. I love clarity. And so when I find a partner, and I have one now, that can communicate like that, you helped.
I grew him for you.
But when you can communicate clearly to me,
I like her. Let me stop.
yes.
She's really cute.
Cheers.
Cute.
She's fine as hell.
that I was being petty.
Shady.
It was shady because she's such a nice person.
She is
really
Real seduction.
Did
No,
you
I'm
see
playing.
this?
I'm playing. I'm just giving him a hard time. I'm just giving him a hard time. I am just playing. She's a lovely woman.
She is.
Yes, she
She's
is.
a lovely woman.
Yeah, she is.
Green flags.
I was going to piggyback a little bit off of just our discussion a couple of days ago, just about checking in. For me, a green flag with my spouse is our check-in time, which we don't get a lot of because we have a toddler. But thankful for his godmother. But just checking in and dinner. Be it a dinner at home or getting a chance to have those conversations about what's going on with our family.
Girl, turn your phone off.
I'm so sorry. It's my man.
Put the phone on silent. Mommy.
Just checking in, just about our past arguments, disagreements, what's not connecting with our kid, communication about what the week's gonna be, what our budget looks like, just all of those things. So I think that check-in is recharge, replug, reconnect.
I think those check-ins are so important, especially when scheduled and staying with them. That's where that consistency comes into play.
Right.
Because usually people are checking in when there's an emergency.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an emergency. We need to check in. Safe word.
Right.
You know, put it-
Yeah. Pineapples.
Pulling back in that
Pineapples.
I forget.
emotional safety
Yes.
and security.
Yes.
Not waiting until that happens. Especially, with therapy, we get that all the time. They're coming when they're ready to have a divorce or they're ready to separate.
Yes.
Instead of getting those tools beforehand and utilizing those tools throughout.
Well, funny you say that. We actually now have counseling for that. Like if you are making a decision towards, divorcing or not, right? It's called discernment counseling.
How about discernment? I have that.
Discernment counseling.
I hate it.
And it pretty much prepares you for couples therapy to see if it's worth it rather than going to couples therapy
Yeah.
and then you're paying all that money.
I wish I would have known about that.
Discernment counseling for a couple of sessions. And it's wonderful. Bill Dothry. Created by him. So check that out. Here, guys.
Yeah.
Well, since we've been talking about, seduction 101 and those healthy boundaries and consent and emotional regulation and all of those things, I have a quick story from one of our hosts that sent in and would like you guys' advice and or opinions, okay?
Okay.
Right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Uh-oh.
So let me tell you guys while I'm looking, my lovely esthetician and nail stylist, Alexis Reedus Moore. Why did I want to say Comer? That's you.
That's
Yeah.
me.
So she gave nails, and they pop off and come back on. They're really lovely. I really like them, and they're just hard to manage. That's all.
It's for the moment.
But
It's
they
giving
look
though.
beautiful.
It's
Okay.
giving.
I'll say so real quickly. This is from one of our hosts. I dated a woman for a while, and I was head over heels about her. But in that immature way, a young man is over his head and head over heels about a woman, not with the.
Did you not
Jeez.
get this?
Let me start that over.
Uh-oh.
I dated a woman for a while, and I was head over heels about her. But in that immature way, a young man is head over heels about a woman, not with the same depth that a man does. This is what he put.
I don't know what that means.
Me either.
But keep going. Maybe we'll find out.
I was also dealing with some emotional garbage from the army, so I wasn't a great partner. Okay, so you must have been with this person. All right?
Okay.
We were living in Tennessee at her mom's house. We both worked at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, no. As a grown up? Go ahead. I'm
Stop
sorry.
it.
I apologize.
I was
Keep
just thinking
going.
that the
Have to
donuts
start
aren't great.
somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Why are
They're
they still
biscuits.
open?
They're biscuits.
Why are they
Stale.
still open?
Stale.
Drug
Jeez,
money.
they're like
Right.
pucks.
They launder Mexican
And
cartels.
They have to do
launder.
something. All right.
Pucks.
Dunkin' Donuts. But I worked at a different one. Really bad pay. Couldn't really get ahead. So I took a job in Phoenix and flew down there. I stayed with my mom for a while and worked.
Okay.
6 months to save up for an apartment and a car was all I needed. While I was gone, she cheated. I was devastated. My God. But I've been no angel in my life, so I tried to make it work. She said she would do it. She said she would do the same. There was much insecurity and anxiety about whether or not she would cheat again or if I would retaliate. And we couldn't find happiness. It was over and we were just unwilling to walk away. Ever since then, it's been a rule that if either of us cheats, it's over right then and there.
Yeah.
Give me a few comments to that. A few little quick comments.
Amen.
If you cheat, it's over right then and there.
I don't
That's
negotiate with
valid.
terrorism.
So cheating is the end all be all for everybody on
For
this?
me,
Yeah.
End all be all.
I don't have to go to
It's-
therapy.
yeah.
All we need to do is go to Walmart and get some tape and boxes. And if my name's on the lease, you can pack. If yours is on the lease,
You
I'll
can
pack.
pack and go.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not staying
And you
in
know,
this.
Okay? Listen,
I'm leaning.
it sounds like we playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who likes to win?
See, that's
Me.
felony stuff. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
it
deal. I'm
gets
not
Guess who
trying
likes
to
to
deal.
win? I've stayed
Yeah.
out.
Women are too smart. She'll murder me and be like, he was making me unsafe. And now my parents are got to be on the t-shirt. No.
Not on the t-shirt though.
I'm on a t-shirt. Them hood t-shirts.
T-shirt is crazy.
Unhinged
Spray
me.
paint.
Yeah.
Spray
Like,
paint.
gone too soon. I'm 50. It was time.
Fly high, come
Thug
fly
life.
high. Fly.
So, Tasha, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
I was gonna say fly high. I was gonna say you can still work out. The relationship is rebuildable, even when an affair occurs. It is. Now, in the moment when it does occur, you may want to again, right? But go back into yourself. Go within, inner person, the victim, inner person. Go within. And then think about the longevity of the relationship, think about the purpose, all those things, and think about yourself and your boundaries as well too, right? What's so crazy and effed up about it, all of it when it comes to this, right? After the affair occurs, still the two people or the many people involved, because it could be a poly, right? The many people involved has a responsibility to come back together, make a decision, and effectively communicate what the relationship would look like after this.
And let me pause you on that because that's going to take us into our next episode. And so solid boundaries plus consent equal that kind of next level intimacy that you're looking for. That's seduction 101, which again goes back to that consent, that communication, the emotional safety, the being equally yoked, those red flags and being able to identify them, right? Okay, so what's Covey, actually Alexis, one piece of advice you would give to our holies and hoes?
I would definitely say never end a relationship or a situation in a moment without a resolution, without a conclusion, without closure. I feel like not getting closure has a tendency to leave open-minded or inward mind thinking dialogue with self, and it doesn't give you the closure that you need. Be adults about it. We're grown here. You doing grown stuff. Be willing to have an adult conversation to get the closure you need to continue to grow.
Perfect.
Speaking of experience.
Yeah.
Say it, give me something real fast.
Yeah, practice empathy, not only with yourself, but with others as well, too. We are still humans at the end of the day. We're no heroes, no villains, humans. So make sure you give that empathy after you ground yourself.
Yeah.
Kobe?
I would say listen to really understand instead of hearing to respond, because you really get to put yourself into the view of kind of what the other person is saying without saying, I'm going to respond because you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I feel like this was a good start.
It was.
I feel like this was a great start
way
to our
to kick off.
conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being transparent.
Yes.
And thank you guys for joining us. This was our very first episode again, and we thank you for coming to Harris Howard Homes
Yes.
After Dark. Please do not forget that your boundaries matter and your voice matters too. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this podcast with those who would like to enjoy it with you. And until next time, we want you to do better so that you can be better, so that you can live better. And we are out.
Yes.
I'm out of here.